I just purchased one in Casa Grande that I bought from Doug that I'm just going to end up keeping as a rental property. So that it all is every property is different. You got to look at the exit strategies and go, is this an Airbnb? Is this just a flip? Is this a long-term hold? Can we make this a pad split? Right? What
Yeah.
are the possible options here?
Yeah, and I
So
think that's so
oh,
cool that you guys are so diverse, right? I mean, you guys look at every property and really imagine what it's, potentially what is the best outcome for that, right? Whether it's be
Yep.
wholesale, whether it's a hold, whether it's a flip, whether
Yep.
we put it back on the market after some renovations, right? Which I think,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know too much about iBuyers, but it seems to me like, like these offer pads, they have just one MO, right?
Mhm.
Buy it, flip it, and then put it back on the market. It seems like you guys are just very, you're very aware of what's the best thing for you guys to make money or for the property to really make sense. Yeah.
And I would argue we make that all about the seller. So if the seller wants, we've had super unique terms that we'll write in. We'll have sellers that'll stay in the property for a year after. We'll have sellers that, they want a really long escrow. We'll have sellers that, want to sell the property, but they want their brother to be there and rent it back until they pass away. Like there's terms are what really, really makes this entire process different because we're listening to the seller's needs. We're saying, hey, what's really the motivation here? What's the condition? What's the timeline? What price point makes sense in being able to provide options? And that's where most of these iBuyers, they cannot adjust and pivot, right?
Mhm.
It's like going to Rocket Mortgage. You're going to get a great rate from Rocket Mortgage if you're a W-2 employee with a great DTI and a great credit score. But if you're a 1099 employee and you have some complicated income and some complicated debt, they don't want to work with you, right? So there's some buyers out there that are fantastic. They're great. But when you have somebody that's been in the market like us for 30 years, right? That's day in, day out. We know these neighborhoods, we know the areas, and we know the different exit strategies, and we can really put it together and say, hey, we would love to work with you. Here, based on what you need, here's some options. What would you like?
Mhm.
And we put it back onto the seller and they get to pick the terms that they want.